Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, as well as Joe Bear in the house. And as always, I want to thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. I mean, seriously, it does not work without you guys. So let's get open for business here, and let's wake up the football gods. Wake up, guys, on this Memorial Weekend. I can't believe we are knee-deep in Memorial Weekend. My apologies. I'm a little late getting this thing going this morning. My back's been bothering me a bit lately, and I'd taken some back pills last night. And evidently, they just knocked me the F out, and I just overslept. So forgive me. I'll make sure I take care of business. And last night, it was actually really, really cool. I was watching Mike Fisher's live stream on YouTube last night. And Mike, I'll get with you about the microphone. Blue Yeti, though. Blue Yeti. I'm telling you, that one is actually the perfect one to have right there. You can just set it right there in front of you. Turn that dial so that way it's just that one-on-one. It'll take care of that echo and everything else. I'll get with you on that one. But the topic of discussion, or one of course many discussions, and literally the topic of discussion basically throughout the last week has been Dak Prescott, whether or not he is worth getting a contract extension, if he should walk and the Cowboys should rescind the offer, which would be ridiculous. I mean, you don't have an asset and just say, bye, okay, screw you, we don't want anything for just get out. That would be the most asinine thing. Or two, if he's demanding $45 million a year on his contract, as Chris Sims made up, or where the negotiations are. That, of course, is the old standby. If there's nothing else going on in the sports blogosphere, you talk about Dak. You talk about Dak Prescott. And it's so funny because I actually was just trying to split the narrative a little bit, just as a little social experiment. And I talked about Carson Wentz and the fact that they ended up getting Jalen Hurts. And the possibility of saying that if you're the Philadelphia Eagles, it could be conceivable that if a fourth year in a row that Carson Wentz has another injury, you drafted a guy in the second round when you needed other weapons, that the plan may be he's Sam Bradford. All kinds of potential. We love what he does when he's on the field, but if you can't stay on the field, then it may be, boy, bye. And I had people that literally, I had a person that, and I feel bad because the person said, I was going to watch you because of the red brick house, man, and follow along. But since you said something about Carson Wentz, I just can't. Okay, I'm sorry, but we get this every day on Dak Prescott. I mean, literally, we get people that literally make shit up and trash the quarterback. And I just made a statement, that's my opinion, and, people get bent out of shape. But anyway, there's that. And then there the Jamel Adams possibly being on the trading block. Now, the Jets, of course, have said we want to get a long-term deal for him, but they also wanted to get a first and a starter for him last year. And we've heard all kinds of crazy things, from one idiot saying the Cowboys should trade Dak Prescott to the Bears, and the Bears make a trade to the Jets, and the Jets make a trade to the Cowboys. First of all, Dak Prescott, until he signs a franchise tag or signs a long-term agreement, you can't trade him. And for some reason, people keep seeming to think that you can just trade him. Just trade him. Trade him. Okay. You can't. You can't. You can rescind the offer and let him walk and get nothing for him, so that doesn't help you any at all either. But be that as it may. We also heard that the Cowboys would need to throw in Michael Gallup and a number one for Jamel Adams, which is about crazy as shit. Okay? Crazy. Arguably, and I'm going to go back through the numbers today. That's going to be one of the things I do, get my research on and look at the numbers. But arguably, Michael Gallup, I think, has been one of the better wide receivers from his class, even though he was not, one of Mike Mayock's or any of the other guys' top picks. And it's funny how people say stuff. Here's where you look at the guys on YouTube, okay? We in here doing work. Now, it's great that you got ESPN. They try and cover everything. But the thing is they don't always get it right. Even though they're on television in their nice suits and got all the bells and whistles and stuff, they don't know everything. Because I remember, and this is where the corona kills you, because there's so many things that you miss doing. And one of those was being in an RV with E2 Blue, with Michael Anthony Fitness, Rashid, DMV, Dallas Cowboy fan, Black Hawk, all of us driving to Dallas at the draft and being there live outside with my man Vosh Lombardi. And I remember like it was yesterday, and I wish that my other channel hadn't been shot down, because that's what that video was. That's some of the great footage that I lost. But I remember Vosh Lombardi when we drafted Michael Gallup. He said Michael Gallup is going to make you forget about Dez Bryant. He got size, he's got the strength, he's got the speed. He will be a great outside wide receiver. And Vosh Lombardi was dead on. And that's why you need to listen to guys like Law Nation and Vosh Lombardi and stuff, as opposed to some of those talking heads. Because it was funny, because I was like, let me go through and see if I can find a rating. And they'd go through the top 6 wide receivers in the draft, DJ Moore and Calvin Ridley and blah, 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 blah. Michael Gallup wasn't anybody's top 6 or 8 picks. Yet Michael Gallup, you can look at it and say, that dude thrived. So the fact that people are saying, oh, just get rid of Michael Gallup, throw him in there. Are you crazy? You don't give up young talent like that. A guy who was part of the reason why your offense was so prolific. Understand, the best thing for this offense is not to rely on just one guy. The thing about the Dallas Cowboys that you have to look in the history and the DNA of the Dallas Cowboys is every team, be it Roger Staubach, be it Troy Aikman, we had a great offensive lineman, we had a great running back, and we had great wide receivers and tight ends. So there were so many parts that were moving that you couldn't just shut one thing down and shut down the Cowboys. Michael Irvin had Alvin Harper, had Jay Novacek when the play broke down. You had Emmitt Smith. Your defensive coordinator, you're losing sleep because you don't know who to stop. So yeah, you got CD now in there worried about Michael Gallup and Amari Cooper. Holy shit. Oh, we got Zeke Elliott back there. And we got a quarterback who can run when he wants to as well. That's winning football. So, the Jets have been working on this long-term deal. Now, you can want anything. You can ask for anything, but it doesn't mean you're going to get it. You can look and say, we got a primo player here, and we're not going to part with them without getting XYZ. Well, Seattle did that with Earl Thomas. Cowboys were like, hey, we'll give you a second rounder for him. No. We want a first. We want a first round pick. Didn't get that first round pick. No, you didn't. You can look at the Redskins with Trent Williams. During the season, they could have traded him to the Browns. They wanted a first-round pick. And everybody, oh, yeah, the Redskins, Trent Williams, they kept shopping around. We want a first-round pick for Trent. Oh, no, we're not just going to give him away. We're not going to give him away. We want a first-round pick. And they could have had a good deal. I think they probably could have gotten a second from the Browns. The Browns are like, wait a minute, he's not going to be able to play this year. He's got that whole head injury, cancer scare. We're not giving up at number 1. And he didn't get moved during the season. You bring in a new coaching staff. They think maybe we can work something out. And he's like, I just want to get out of here. And they end up settling for, which is not bad, a third and a fifth. A third and a fifth is a long ways from a first. Because they're at the point of, he ain't going to play. This is just getting ugly. We better take what we can get now and move the heck on. So with Jamel Adams, they've been talking about, yeah, we want to get long term. You can always want to get one done, but you're only going to want to get one done to a point where it's just it's not cost prohibitive. And you can say, well, we're going to hold out because we want a number 1 pick and we want a 3rd round pick. But apparently, nobody wanted to give up that much compensation. You can want all you want. I can want to have, a brand new truck out in my front yard right now. I can want that all I want. Is it going to happen? No. You can want what you want, but then you have to have reality that sets in that we're not going to get that much for him, even though we want to. And at some point, you have to say, I got to cut my losses. Because a lot of times, here's the thing that happens a lot of times with football, and this is what's happened with the Cowboys too often. Sometimes we hold on to players too long. And this is where New England has learned something. New England, instead of holding on to a guy and having a retirement party and give him, the gold watch, they still get rid of him with it when they have value. They don't hold out and say, oh, we're not going to trade him for that. No, we're going to go ahead and get some value now, get him out of here. We're going to take the other picks. We're going to pick some good people to replace them. And you could look at, arguably, say DeMarcus Ware. DeMarcus Ware, one of the best Dallas Cowboys in our history. And I know it's blasphemy to say it, but had they went ahead and tried to move him the year before and gotten something when he was still valuable, they'd been better off than just letting him go the next year. And this is where you have to look at it and say, if you're the Jets, you know what? We don't want to pay him. We don't want him to walk away, in 2 years and get nothing for him. We don't want him to be like Earl Thomas was, a distraction where he's just basically pouting and making the team worse. Maybe a 2nd round is better than nothing. We save the $6 million right now. We got a draft pick for the future, and we get this thing out of here. And I think that that's a possibility because the longer it goes, the compensation doesn't rise. And I think that maybe the compensation comes down some. Maybe it's a 2nd and a 5th. 2nd and a 4th. But I don't see the Cowboys giving up a 1st. And after people seeing what happened with Jalen Ramsey, where they gave up 2 number 1s, and knowing that they have to pay him, and they broke ass, look at that and say, I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see. But that's my thought on it. The Cowboys, if they were going to give up a 1st before, they would have already given up the 1st. And I don't think that they're giving up a 1st. All right, guys, I got work to do in the workshop here because you guys keep ordering racks, and I love it because I love building those things. It does my heart good when you guys send me pictures of you with the shot glasses or you with the racks and stuff, or when you guys challenge me with something different, because see, my mind always needs lots of stimulus or I go completely crazy. All right, guys, I will see you soon.